What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a preview of a bunch of dope loot that we'll be getting throughout season of the Lawless and the rest of Renegades. So, it does include weapons that are currently unobtainable, but will be released in the near future. Additionally though, a handful of very cool exotic items, cosmetics, some pretty wild and funky looking armor, like this, as well as various unique and special drops that we'll be getting access to throughout the remainder of the season. So if you guys enjoyed the video, a rating really does help me out on the channel. But now let's get into it. We'll actually start with one of the things that will be coming a bit later on in the season, and that's the return of Call to Arms. Bungie have gone ahead and given us a new Call to Arms helmet, and I'm guessing it's going to be earned in a similar way to the one that we got last time around. This one is called Radiant Plume. I'm not sure if it still has a mohawk or whether it's just a fire on the Guardian's head, but there are these kind of additional wings / ears, I guess. Either way, it looks pretty bonkers. Bungie have confirmed that Call to Arms will return in April, and that's when we'll get full access to the Gizmo Weft, or farmable access, I guess. This is the new Strand micro-missile frame grenade launcher, and of course it's available right now in the Dawning, but Call to Arms will get its special holofoil variant of the weapon. In addition to that though, there'll be a unique exotic ornament for the service of Lizaku, much like we saw with new Malpays last season, and this is called Sublime Companionship. We actually can't fully preview it yet, but that's the icon for it. Another cosmetics will include the Ride-Along Gram exotic sparrow, Clinker-built bomber exotic ship, and there'll be things like Devrim's Favor. Can't clarify if these are competitive rewards or just event track type things, but they'll be coming in that event nonetheless. Back to things that'll be happening in the not too distant future. There's an exotic ship we mentioned the other day for Renegades called the Modified NLS Courier. Again with the sort of Star Wars themes, and this is Renegades listed, so it shouldn't be an Eververse or purchasable item, but instead it's a drop we'll get in-game, currently without a source listed, so quite possibly a secret or something, although that is not confirmed. Something happening very soon with the return of Trials of Osiris this weekend. Trials will get new cosmetic items like the Heretic Shell, and that'll drop from the Flawless chest, as will the Kiting King, a new exotic ship for Trials. Very clean looking thing, almost gives me those Scarab vibes from back in D1. I guess that's kind of what it's leaning into, with the beetle wings on it. And there'll be a sparrow from this set as well, called Sun Chaser. More impactful rewards though, in terms of the sandbox, includes the new armor for Trials. We can see the full sets here, but in terms of set bonuses, the 2-piece allows primary ammo weapons to gain a bonus to flinch resistance after sliding, then the 4-piece lets weapons gain a temporary increase to handling and aim down sight speed when an ally is defeated or when you revive an ally. And of course that bonus is contextual to the PvP sandbox, I suppose, where it could indeed be pretty good. A handful of other rewards here though. The Corundum Hammer is the new adaptive frame Strand hand cannon. It has traits like Fragile Focus, Slice, Reconstruction, as well as Slide Shot, Lone Wolf, Firefly, and Shoot to Loot in the first trade slot, with the second slot able to get Precision Instrument, Tear, Sword Logic, Keep Away, Explosive Payload, Opening Shot, and Elemental Hone-In. So some nice perk combos on that, actually. Both PvP and PvE wise, I'd be kind of excited to get a new Firefly Explosive Payload hand cannon. I know they don't always work perfectly well together, but just gives me old school PvE hand cannon vibes, I guess. Otherwise, Trials will also get the Martlet, which is a Void lightweight frame pulse rifle. First trait slot can get Headseeker, Repulsor Brace, plus there's Firefly, Lone Wolf, Perpetual Motion, Keep Away, and Loose Change. Then the second slot can get Destabilizing Rounds, Sword Logic, Desperate Measures, Withering Gaze, Kill Clip, Desperado, and Zen Moment. So again, a good combo of PvP and PvE perks on it. Otherwise, we will see the return of the Immortal for the season, as well as Astral Horizon and the Cataphract GL3. And I'll link LightGG down below if you want to check out new potential roles on those returning weapons. Next up, Iron Banner is worth a mention. That's coming back next year at some point. And there's firstly a new emblem called Pack Howl. Haven't found any leads on potential new armor, although we only just got some last season, so it could be that that remains featured. But there is at least one new weapon for this season, which is the Reg Husk's Pledge. This is a rapid-fire frame Void Auto Rifle, and it can roll Demoralize, Destabilizing Rounds, Rewind Rounds, Dynamic Sway Reduction, Built to Blast, as well as Impromptu Ammunition and Proximity Power in the first trade slot. Then slot 2 can get Attrition Orbs, Golden Tricorn, Kill Clip, Repulsor Brace, Swashbuckler, Target Lock, and Zen Moment. So again, it's going to be a fairly capable weapon across multiple different types of content in the game. And our final mentions right here are event weapons for the season, and these are the ones that populate playlists like Arms Week, Heavy Metal, and Call to Arms, where they all get their kind of different variants and holofoils depending on the playlist. So the first one is the Micromort, which is an ARC precision frame rocket launcher. This particular skin looks really cool, with a sort of superheated, glowing end of the weapon, I suppose. This is kind of a weird rocket launcher, really. You can get Reconstruction, Cluster Bomb, Field Prep, Lead from Light, then there's Envious Arsenal, as well as Impulse Amplifier, and Cloud Cartridge. Then the second slot can roll Volt Shot, Rolling Storm, Bait and Switch, Chain Reaction, Paracausal Affinity, Bipod, and Binary Orbit. Another new event weapon is Action Item, which is the Stasis Adaptive Frame Trace Rifle. Nice thing here is that it is going to get combos like Rhyme Stealer, Headstone, or of course Crystalline Corpse Bloom. Otherwise, slot 1 can also get Dynamic Sway Reduction, Rewind Rounds, Deconstruct, Envious Assassin, Demolitionist, and High Impact Reserves. Plus slot 2 can get Detonator Beam, Target Lock, Binary Orbit, Kill and Tally, and Elemental Hone-In. King Orfeo will be the first Arms Week weapon that we'll get access to. This one again has that particular orange holofoil variant, but there are a couple of different holofoils depending on which event it actually comes in. But this can do Surplus, as well as Shoot to Loot, Archer's Tempo, Explosive Head, Successful Warm-Up, Pugilist, and Impulse Amplifier in the first slot, where Dragonfly, Roland Storm, Precision Instrument, Mega Neura, as well as Rangefinder, Jolting Feedback, and Swashbuckler can roll in the second slot. The last of these event weapons, though, is the Heron, which is Avoid Aggressive Glaive. I quite like this particular model, we've seen similar ones before. First trade slot, though, can get Proximity Power and Replenish Engages, as well as Disruption Break, Repulsor Brace, Lead from Gold, Overflow, and Envious Assassin, with the second slot rolling Destabilizing Rounds, Redirection, Unrelenting, Binary Orbit, Unstoppable Force, Ancillary Ordnance, and Sword Logic. And all of these event weapons will have an origin trait called Nail Meet Hammer, where the weapon's more effective against combatant shields, and gains special ammo progress if it uses primary or heavy ammo progress if it uses special ammo. So all of the event weapons will get an ammo generation boost across the board. And so while we have seen the bulk of Renegades itself, in terms of the season, there's still quite a few things to come. And of course, don't forget that we will get at least a handful of new weapons in March with the major update, the potential of a new exotic mission, at least if we go by what we had in Ash and Iron, and there'll be activity content, new event pass, and more. So I suppose those are the things that will keep us busy between now and whatever Bungie do next in 2026. So give me your impressions down below, any things that you're particularly looking forward to, whether it's the cosmetics or weapons. If you've enjoyed the video, additionally, a rating would really help us out, and feel free to hit subscribe as well if you want to be kept up to date with more content. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.